So I have a few different absolutely crazy things to catch you up on relating to one of Donald Trump's closest advisors, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne has announced that she's going to be leaving the White House at the end of the month, meaning in just a few days, because of a need to, quote, focus on the family. Now, if you're not aware, Kellyanne Conway has been just a disgusting Trump sycophant for years, but she happens to be married to George Conway, who is an anti-Trump Republican and who, in fact, has become one of the loudest anti-Trump Republican voices on the internet and part of this anti-Trump Republican coalition called the Lincoln Project. Well, in the middle of all this, their daughter, Claudia Conway, became an outspoken anti-Trump personality online. Clearly, things are really bad for the family. And so Kellyanne Conway has now announced that she's leaving the White House. George Conway is leaving the Lincoln Project and leaving Twitter. And it seems that this clearly is the right move for them as a family. And part of the constant dysfunction of the Trump White House has just bled over and is ruining so many people's lives. And clearly, the decision made by the Conway parents must in part be because of the insanity that their children have been pulled into. Kellyanne Conway putting out a statement saying about her and her husband that, quote, "We disagree about plenty, but we are united on what matters most, the kids. Our four children are teens and tweens starting a new academic year in the middle school and high school that will be conducted remotely from home for at least a few months. As millions of parents nationwide know, kids doing school from home requires a level of attention and vigilance that is as unusual as these times. This is completely my choice and my voice. In time, I will announce future plans. For now and for my beloved children, it will be less drama and more mama." Their daughter, Claudia, also tweeted over the weekend that she was going to be taking a break from Twitter. And listen, this all is a horrible situation. But in the middle of this, their daughter, in a now deleted video, also accused Kellyanne Conway of physical abuse. And again, that video has since been deleted. There have been notable Twitter exchanges between mom and daughter. For example, when Kellyanne tweeted about Herman Cain, quote, "Herman Cain led a remarkable life and will be missed. He loved his family, the country, and the Lord. He triumphed in business, beat cancer, and was a voice for freedom. God bless you and yours, Herman." Her daughter, Claudia Conway, responded, "Yes, it is sad, but wasn't your administration complicit in his death? Yikes." So here's the bottom line. I don't know if Kellyanne Conway abused her daughter. I don't know anything about that. This is clearly a family in struggle. It should be up to them to figure out what's best for the family. I'm less interested in the gossip element and more interested in the theme, which is that everything Trump touches turns to manure. How many lives, and I'm not talking about, you can talk about millions of lives have been ruined by Donald Trump's presidency in terms of financial repercussions or the friends and relatives of the people who died of coronavirus who didn't have to. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying people who work for Trump, the people Trump brings around him, the number of ruined lives, people arrested, people fired, people becoming global laughingstocks. Kellyanne Conway is the 557th person to leave the Trump administration since the beginning. Trump's sister has been recorded recently saying horrible things about Trump. Trump's niece wrote a devastating book about him. Melania is now reportedly recorded saying horrible things about Trump and his own children, which I'll talk about next. We just need a normal presidency and a normal president. And as I tweeted a couple of days ago, and it seemed to resonate with a lot of people, Joe Biden's presidency, if we get one, would probably be one of the most boring in a very long time. And that's perfectly fine with me. Now, as parents, it does seem the Conways realize that this public battle where they've been on opposite sides of this presidency has been terrible for their family and their kids. That's good. I guess it's better that they recognize that now instead of in another 6 months, we could say. But it would have been far better for them to recognize that 3.5 years ago. Let's now talk about the Melania revelations.